done, and welcome back to another episode of Follow My Football Manager. Let's play with Rangers. As you can see, lots changed. We are going to go into transfers and transfer history, and we're going to discuss what's going on there first. So Vaughan and McLean both came in. I think I mentioned that in the last game. So we'll cover the last episode, sorry, not last game. Elsewhere, we've brought in Maitland-Niles from Arsenal on a free transfer. Should rival Barry Mackay. I'm going to try and train him onto the left. See how that works, just so we've got an option both sides. Brought in Sasso, a centre-back from Sheffield Wednesday. Fairly okay defender, nothing spectacular. Actually going to change my height to feet for the next episode. In fact, I'm actually going to do that right now. Just please bear with me. Where is it? Preferences, interface, match formats. No, so it should be in here somewhere. Very high Fortnite. Okay, where would it be then? Interface? No. Don't think anyway. Overview? No, that's all we're in. Match? No. Format. Here we go. So kilogram. I'm keeping that in kilograms, and I don't want. Why is there not just an option? Here we go. Height, not meters, feet. Okay, I apologise for that. I just wanted to do that while I remembered. So he's 6'3", okay in the air, decent heading, decent jumping reach, particularly for this level. Gordon Greer also comes in also at 6'3", decent in the air. Maybe not quite as good as his other counterpart. Absolute natural born leader with 17 determination and 19 leadership. Might even become club captain for a year. Although it would still be nice to have Lee Wallace as captain as well. Not sure on that. Was a bit of a late bloomer, as you see. Only made his international debut in 2013, so he'd be in his early 30s before he even made his debut for Scotland. But still very much a very good defender. Will come in, probably play back up. He comes in from Blackburn, also on a free. But we'll probably play back up to Wilson and Sasso. And rounding off the defensive signings, we have Semi Ajayi, is what I'm going to say. Again, very good in the air. 6'4", jumping reach of 16 and heading of 14. Absolutely monstrous in the air. Not quite so good defensive as other guys. Is slightly quicker though, I think, with 13 pace and 15 pace and 13 acceleration. As a ball-playing central defender, should do fairly well. Yeah, I train all my defenders as this central ball-playing defender because it involves so many stats that won't get trained if you train them otherwise. The last free transfer that was a pre-arranged transfer is Chris Willock in from Arsenal as well. Was on loan at Inverness Cali last season. Again, okay player, won't really be first team, but can develop and will offer a secondary option for Harry Forrester this year. Again, I'm retraining Maitland-Niles to this side, but again, can play both sides as well, and in the middle Willock, although maybe not so much in our system, although he should be able to manage it. Stats say he should be able to manage it, so as another option there. Lastly, I was a little bit worried about my depth in midfield. I've maybe gone a bit overkill with this. I brought in Josh Harrop, who will support John McGinn in the more advanced sort of role. Not really anything outstanding just now. Was on loan at Motherwell last season from Man United, and a nice little free transfer to pick up. And I also brought in Steven Skugall. Now I mentioned this, or sort of hinted at him a few episodes ago. I originally found him, my scouts had already scouted him, but I originally found him because he was a Rangers supporter. He's not the best by any stretch of the imagination, but again will offer backup to that position. And yeah, overall I'm fairly happy with that signing, but I don't think he's ever going to be a first team player for us. There is some other players that I'm looking at, but I won't talk too much about that for now. On the outs, Martin Maghorn joined Blackburn, and sadly John Suter leaves us. Hull came in with an offer which I rejected, and then he just went and triggered his release fee. Sadly, that release fee has come to bite us in the backside. I couldn't negotiate out his contract. His agent just wanted me to keep lowering it and lowering it while increasing his wages, and I was just like, no, you've still got 2 years left to run. I'd rather have 3.2 million than 2.4 for you. I think it even went down as low as 2.1, which we paid for him in the last negotiation I tried, and he just wasn't for budging. So sadly, we've lost John Suter. Today we will play AZ Alkmaar in the Europa League qualifiers. It's a very tough draw compared to what we could have got. If you look at, just go back, like the teams that we could have got, like look at all these teams that are so beatable, and AZ Alkmaar are probably one of the harder teams that we could have got. Like Partizan would have been one of the other ones I would have liked to have dodged. Bromby I wouldn't mind dodging. Transbonspor maybe, but overall, a lot of these teams I wouldn't mind playing, and AZ Alkmaar is probably one of the harder ones. But it's fair enough anyway. The rest of the schedule pre-season, I'm not going to look too much into the games up until Falkirk because none of the new signings really were here then. We lost 1-0 to the Colombian side Atlético Nacional. A little bit disappointing. I think that was a very winnable game, particularly when they've travelled all the way from Colombia with their 38 fans. Then we had Chelsea to fairly full Ibrox. Jason Holt and Harry Forrester both got injured in this game, sadly. I can't remember how long both of them are out for. I'll just double check. Yeah, Holt's out for a number of times, which partly set my panic for that position. I think Josh Windass was our only other option at this point, with Liam Burt. Sorry, I just completely blanked there. Going away out on loan. Harry Forrester has already returned. Then we had a good 5-3 win against Falkirk. Should have really been more, but I'm fairly happy overall. The assistant manager takes charge, and as you can see, it's not the strongest Rangers side you've ever seen, but it still should be good enough to beat Falkirk more comfortably than 5-3. Pleasing to see us scoring 4 goals, conceding the 3 is the worry. Also nice to see Jack Rudden on the score sheet. Then we played Man United at home, again almost at a packed Ibrox, and this was in front of TV. The Chelsea game actually got selected for TV as well. I didn't actually... No additional money was given, that's why I've not noticed it. No additional money was given from TV rights. This one definitely gave 22,000, so I'm not sure why that's saying that, but nonetheless, fantastic result against Man United. Again, not the strongest Rangers side that you've ever seen, but still an okay one. And we managed to nick a win through Semi Ajayi. I've not actually seen this. No way, I did. I think it was a free kick that came into the back post. And then we played our feeder club, Cambuslang Rangers. I believe we've still got to play one against, arrange one against Linfield, but there's nothing that's really came up about that yet. And I'm really struggling to see where we can fit it in. There was a couple of teams that came and offered us friendlies, but it was like really close to the second leg of the Europa League, and I'm just like, no chance. So Lewis Vaughan, Jordan Thompson, Zach Rudden and Jordan Rossetti are all on the score sheet. Nice to see Zach Rudden on the score sheet again. Jordan Thompson has been promoted to the first team for this season. Hopefully he can push on and develop. Again, we'll offer some competitiveness for that attacking midfield role. The other worry is I cannot get rid of Joey Barton or Matt Gilks. I'm also maybe considering getting rid of Crooks if I can get one more midfielder in. In fact, I'm actually just going to try and see if I can sell him now. We also sold Michael O'Halloran. We are paying some of his wages. I might have covered that in the last episode. And the same with Nico Cranshaw. A little bit disappointed to be covering some of O'Halloran's wages, but yeah, I'm almost certain I covered this in the last episode now, but nonetheless, where is he? There we go, Michael O'Halloran. 90k, but we are paying 2,100 wages until the end of 2020, which is actually longer than his contract was with us, which a bit frustrating, but nonetheless, it just gets some out of our hair. Could have maybe got a bit more money for both him and Waghorn, but it's fine. Rob Kiernan also leaves. Kenny Miller retired. I think I also covered that in the last episode. You could have seen, if you go back and pause, you can see who we're looking at. I'm not going to cover it just now. So we're going to play AZ Alkmaar today. Scott Bain's going to go in goals. I thought I clicked on the wrong person there. James Tavernier will go at right back if I can find him. Centre backs. I was actually going to go with Greer and Wilson, but I think I'm going to go with Sasso and Wilson. Do you have a side preference? No, you don't. So Sasso and Wilson with Lee Wallace at left back. Midfield, we're going to go with Rositier and McGinn. Nothing really changed. And the more attacking options, do I go with Mackay or do I go with Maitland Niles? I think I'm going to go with Mackay just for the match fitness is higher. Harry Forrester will go on the left. With my attacking midfield options just aren't great. I think I'm going to go with Jordan Thompson just because nobody else is fit. And leading the line, who's wanting him? Dundee United on loan. Are you ready, maybe? As a fan. I think we have to go for Joey Garner just because he's proven it himself with goals last season. Going to ask Davey to pick the bench, which will be Liam Kelly, Semi Ajayi, Chris Willock, Lewis Vaughan, certainly not. I don't want you right now. I'm going to give Ryan Hardy that role. Jack Thompson, Maitland Niles, and Andy Halliday, which is a fairly decent bench. Weakness here is Jordan Thompson is untested, even remotely close to this level. So we are going to get into the game now, and we will take it from there. We've got to give numbers to 9 players, so that's fine by me. Ryan Hardy's favourite number is number 9, so we will give him that. He came through the youth system, I think that's fair. Can we give you number 5? No, we cannot. Okay, apparently some other people have numbers. How does Greer have a number but Semi Ajayi doesn't? Oh wait, that's because Greer's not playing. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. I'm going to give Sasso the number 4, and I'm going to give Greer the number 3. I'll give you the number 55. Your favourite number is 5, so I can. Is there any number with 5? 45, right, there you go. You've got a 5. I'm sorry, it's the best I can do. Number 13 for you. Number 28. I'm just sort of picking numbers at random now. Oh wait, I thought it was. Wait a minute, Jack Thompson's playing? Must be on the bench. Nonetheless, he's in. I hope he's not on the pitch and somewhere I've put him in by mistake. In we go. I'm pretty sure I didn't put Jack Thompson in. Again, he's another player who I've promoted to the first team for this season. I do also plan to promote Zach Rudden and Matthew Knox, but if you look at our squad screen, you're already having to scroll down, and it's a bit frustrating. So, I'm not really sure how to progress with that, but well. We will work it out throughout the season, so please tell me that's Jordan. It is. Okay, so just get the assistant to do that. Yeah, Jack Thompson's on the bench. Okay, that's fine. First leg will do us good. We need to really grab a win here. We're at Ibrox. I think if we're going to progress, we have to win at Ibrox. This is also a double header so with both these games, so hopefully we can get a result. It's our first European bit of action for Rangers for 6 years it'll be now, in game. Hopefully we can get a result. So, pointless highlight, I'm not going to commentate it. At least it usually is. I'll say that and it won't be, but it looks like it's just going to be a pointless one. Yes, it is. It's one of those ones where it just wants to catch you out all the time, I find. So, goal kick here for Alkmaar. They play it short. And, I thought that was going out, but he's done well to keep it in. Wallace nicks it off him. McGinn into Jordan Thompson. It's not got the J there because it's spelled differently, the Thompson, but it is pronounced the same, of course. Forrester running inside as he does. Ran quite a bit of distance before getting tackled, and Sasso plays it for Tavernier. Into Mackay. Good ball in for Garner. Oh, it's off the bar. Can he get the rebound? No, he can't. It's a corner flag, so it only goes out for a throw-in, unfortunately. I thought that was the moment. We've still got quite a bit of money to spend from that John Suter sale as well. I think we've still got about 2 million in the kitty. For that, I'm going to look at replacing John Suter for a like-for-like. Player I'm looking at similar current ability, but not as good potential, but will still be able to come in and do a job for us. Again, Scottish national. Get a bit of criticism in the game for being a bit biased towards Scottish players, but I think that's the way that would be expected Rangers to sort of deal with it. Although I know Warburton is. Oh, I thought that was in. I know Warburton is looking at the English market a bit more, but he obviously knows that market, so I'm looking at the market I know. No, not at half time here. We need a goal, really. Come on, guys. Unlucky, I'm just going to say unlucky. And send them back out. Again, a pointless highlight. I'll probably get caught out by not commentating, but it wants to catch out and make it look like it wants to be commentated on, and something's going to happen. But I've only seen one or two things ever happen from that, and watching a lot of games through this series, other series I've watched on YouTube, etc., and previous saves. I'm going to bring on Chris Willock for Harry Forrester. Give Harry a little rest. He's starting to get a bit tired at 75% fitness. He's been the lowest. Jack Thompson's also the lowest of our performers. Is there any options at all that I can do in the centre? Tell you what we could do is we can put Mackay in there. Now, I know Mackay's probably not the best at that role, but... And then put Maitland Niles out wide right. I don't think Mackay's got to be the best in that role, but he might be just a bit more confident than Jordan Thompson. Again, they're taking the goal kick short, which is interesting. I'm not actually seeing that happen really so much in this game. Kind of feels like playing FIFA against the AI. When you just take your goal kick short, because it means you keep the ball, guaranteed. They're sort of having a nice little passing move here with Bikeman right now. And Rossetti nicks it off on Maitland Niles is on his bike. That bike's a pretty slow bike by the looks of it, but he gets across in eventually. And Garner, yes! Get in! Top corner. Pick it out, keeper. Absolutely no chance. I'm going to make one more sub. I'm just debating what that sub's going to be. I kind of would like to bring Jack Thompson on, but at the same time, I don't want to risk losing this game. Tactically, I need to change that ball winning midfielder to a CM defend. I've sort of been talking on the SI forums about that with some other people, and they reckon that that's probably the best, or at least a close option that doesn't have hard tackling. Who did I bring on? I'm going to go with Jack Thompson. I really don't want to. The other thing to notice is Joey Barton is not in my Europa League squad. That's just sort of me trying to whittle him out of the club. I maybe see if he approaches me about a mutual termination. I'm really sorry about taking my time here. I'm going to bring on Jack Thompson for Jordan Rossetti, who won the ball there to create the counter-attack. Maitland Niles gets an assist on his debut. I don't know if that fullback's fast or Maitland Niles just wasn't very quick. Mackay just seems so much quicker in that kind of spot. Garner absolutely rifles that in the top corner, proving why we picked him. Maybe try to justify his 12 grand a week price tag, which I'm still not happy about. But I've looked at other striker options, and there's just not a lot out there that's going to be in a budget that we can afford. I'd still like to get decent value for him. And again, from Willock this time, Garner again meets it, and it's saved this time. That'll be the end of the game. 1-0 win at home. We have given ourselves a chance in this tie. Can we make the Europa League? We will find out. The ref will have cured the Rangers fan for a penalty work. I didn't actually see that highlight, so we should have had a penalty as well. The refs robbed us of a penalty according to the media. Nonetheless, I will see you back in about 4 seconds with the second game. And we're back now live with the second leg of this Europa League tie. The round for the next game has already been done. And if we win, we'll play either Slavia Sofia or Storm Godset, former team of course, former Celtic manager Ronny Deila. So we've got 1-0 lead going into the away game, which I'm not overly happy with. Transfer-wise, there has been some move. Put in a loan offer for Carlos Elena, expect to get him. It's not really what I'm happy with. It's 50% of wages when playing and 100% when used. he can cover both the sort of attacking midfield roles that they've got, the John McGinn's role and the Jason Holt role, as I'm going to call them, the two advanced playmakers. Not 100% sure on him. I've seen so many other people sign him, I thought, let's have a look at him and see if we can get him. No other reason than that. Had a look at João Felix. I put in an offer of 500,000 after an inquiry which got turned down, which got rejected. I then went and suggested 750,000 just to see what their response was, and they replied 31 million. At that point, I knew there was no deal getting done. It's a guy I've been scouting for a while. The last scout report said he's not interested in coming anyway, but the previous one said he was. But it was shown as a player who could come in for the first team straight off in this attacking midfielder role at 17 with bags of potential. I thought, why not just try? But I'm not paying 31 million for a 17-year-old. Not that I have 31 million to spend. My head of youth development also put in an offer for Jamie Robson, which I cancelled as soon as it came through. I just don't think he's going to be anywhere near good enough for our first team. And Lewis Vaughan's probably got to go out on loan to Park Thistle. I didn't really want to loan Vaughan out, but they offered 100% of his wages and 100% when unused as well, and I thought, right, that's fine. Let him go out. It's SPL club. He can, if he gets first team football, which they've offered, that's fine. And I said, well, let me tell you what as well. Go and give me 10k a month. 5k a month, sorry, either way. And they agreed to that, so the chances are he's away. On the ends, we've brought our replacement for John Suter, 6'1", okay in the air, okay speed, nothing spectacular. Overall, just a decent defender. First touch isn't the best, passing isn't the best, so probably play him as a central defender. Other than that, he's okay. Does prefer to be on the right in a two-man pairing. 600,000 this cost us with, I think it's a 15% selling fee. But most importantly, he's happy playing for Rangers. He's not what he uses as a stepping stone. He's not interested in all the sort of the jazz of minimum release clauses, as so many other players are, which I found a bit frustrating. Still can't get rid of Barton or Gilks, so that's a touch disappointing. And we've had one friendly between the two games. It was a friendly versus East Kilbride away. We won 5-1, convincing winners overall. Other than that, let's just get into this game. Jordan Thompson picked up an injury in that East Kilbride game, which restricts us to one attacking midfielder option in Josh Windass. He's only out for a few days, Jordan Thompson, so he will be back, but Windass will come in for this game. Not overly happy about that. Fitness wise, everyone else is fit, that's fine. Of course, Devlin can't play because he's not registered. Gordon Greer's just back from injury. I'm going to let him play some pre-season games before playing him competitively. And Stephen McLaren's still injured. Lewis Vaughan's away to go out on loan, so I'll just leave that as it is and keep the current subs. Do I want to play Ryan Hardy over Garner? No, I don't. This is me just wanting to play players for the sake of playing them right now, and the reality is I just want to get into Europa League and take it from there. The strange thing is this tie is probably harder than if we get through in the next tie. Matthew Shevlin actually up there scoring goals for Ballymena. Player tip for good things in real life, so I'm just going to give him a little scout. Completely forgot I had the Irish League open. I have been scouting the Irish League and it's not flagged up, so I don't imagine it is actually going to be, it's going to come up, but it was linked with both Old Firm clubs and Crystal Palace in January, I believe. So it's worth maybe just the odd scout. I did have one with McCliftonville saving he turned, like, his potential was always so low last year, but he was good enough to compete at the top end of the Northern Irish League still. But obviously now we're looking at the top end of the SPL, which is maybe a step up, and then Europa League, which is a step up again. Pointless highlight, but a lovely ball there from Wilson to Mackay. Windass flicks it onto McGinn. I'm getting caught up in this. Pointless highlight. He's just going to run into trouble, maybe not. He gets it to Windass. He's actually going to have a shot. It's not a pointless highlight for once. That's a good save from the keeper. Good effort from Windass. He wants to get into this team. He wants to put a marker down. He wants to say you don't need Liam Burt, you don't need Jordan Thompson, you don't need Jason Holt, you need Josh Windass, sorry. Alkmaar on the attack here. Sasso is equal to that header from the player who just was flicking it on, really, just to try and run into the space himself because there was nobody with him. Good kick out from Bain to Wallace. McGinn didn't actually think that was going to get there. Lovely link up play here. Great ball out wide from McGinn to Mackay. He's got Tavernier in overlap if he uses him. He does. Good ball in. Garner again! There's an away goal as well. 2 minutes into the game. Don't know how many fans we've got here. I don't care. Fantastic. An away goal and a 2-goal lead now. So they need to score 3 to knock us out. I thought this round was going to be tough. I'm delighted that we got 1-0 in the first round, and I was just hoping for a 0-0 this game. But to start with another cross goal and goal from Garner is absolutely ecstatic for me. Alkmaar on the ball though. If they can get a goal back now, it'd be squeaky bum. McGinn, just take him out, McGinn. That's even better. That's not quite so much better. Now we're out of position. Tavernier, great step in. Onto Mackay. Mackay just going down the wing and running into trouble. He was always in asking for trouble, just try to run that there. Had a man in space on the inside. I don't know if he would have seen him. Surrounded by 3 men, it's difficult sometimes, I suppose. Good ball from McGinn again into Harry Forrester. Can he find a man inside? He can. Garner, it's in! I don't know if that's our own goal or if it's a Garner goal. It's a Garner goal. 3 goals from Joey Garner. 2 away goals now. Absolutely sensational stuff. Don't know if he knew much about it. I think he was getting tripped up by the player who tried to clear it, which stopped the guy clearing it and it hit off him and just went in. I don't think he knew anything about that. But what a start. 3 crosses in this tie and 3 goals. Crossing might be slightly overpowered. I don't think it is, to be fair. I don't remember scoring as many crosses this year as I did last year. Garner flicks onto nobody. At least he won the ball, I guess. But shame to squander possession. They just launch it up and it was going to run through to Scott Bain. And the former Dundee man isn't going to be troubled with that. He throws it out to Lee Wallace. And to Rizitier. Forward to McGinn, who's surrounded by players. He's got Tavernier out wide, who's going to play it to. Tavernier's going to have a little run. He's got Mackay with him. Again, gives it to Mackay. Back to Tavernier. Can he find a cross? He can. Can he find a man? Garner for the hat-trick! Joe Garner has taken AZ Alkmaar on himself. Do I want to play Ryan Hardy? Joe Garner says, no you do not. Do I want to pay that man 12 grand a week? Not really, but when he's scoring 4 goals in Europa League, I will pay him 12 grand a week. Lovely technique for that. A 12-minute hat-trick for him. Can he go and get Lewandowski's 5 now? Slightly different because he started the game, of course. Absolutely ecstatic. Another cross from Tavernier as well. And this is the longest period of time that Alkmaar have gone without conceding a goal this game. They've obviously came to try and win. And it's left spaces in behind. And now, I'm fairly comfortable saying we're now through this tie. I don't want to curse it, but to give up what is effectively a 5-goal lead would be absolutely horrific. That said, we should be winning that in the air. We've got good aerial defenders now, although I think that was Danny Wilson. It's hit the post. And Tavernier, not quite convinced with that pass to Bain there, Tavernier, but it's worked. Sort of just paying it around the back right now. That's fine. And then the launch from Bain. Okay. That was a bit strange. Just play it around the back and then just launch it straight to them anyway. Mackay with the corner, and it goes. Nobody can win it for us. But we get a penalty. Is Garner going for his 4th? He is our set penalty taker, I believe. And I've used our set piece takers for corners, throw-ins, and free kicks, and there was no change from last season. I haven't looked at penalties because I forgot because it's in a different menu. So Garner is still registered penalty taker. Can he get a quad inside 32 minutes? Yes, he can! They need to score 6 to go through now. Fantastic penalty from Garner. Garner has just grabbed this game by the scruff of the neck. And I said at the end of last season I'd like to get him off the wage bill, but how can you sell this man when he's scoring 4 goals in a game at this level? Absolutely fantastic stuff. And I'm going to bring on Jack Thompson at half time for Rizitier just to give him some game time. Still holding some worry that I'm going to lose this here. Hull were interested earlier on in the window. They came in with an inquiry. I said 10 million. They then came back and offered me 1.1 million, which I said no. 10 million. My 10 million was sort of a negotiation tactic, just to, I would probably accept about 8 for them, to be honest. Maybe a bit less than 8, but that's sort of the figure that I was looking at. And they just kept coming. And then they came back in after their 1.1 and me negotiating 10 million and said 1.2, in which case I just said 10 million, take it or leave it. Blocked in the negotiations because I was getting sick of them making laughable offers, to be honest with you. There's absolutely no danger in the world that Jordan Rossettier is leaving us for 1.2 million. Also going to bring on Willock, or to bring on Matalan Niles just to give him some game time in that left wing position. No, I'm going to bring on Willock. I think I'll play Matalan Niles in that left wing role in less important games. The one good thing about Europa League, I don't like qualifiers in July or whatever, but the one thing I do like about it is now we actually can have a pre-season because we're in European competition, so we're not having to suffer the Betfred Cup. Good header from Wilson. Nobody really went to it though, apart from an Alkmaar player, so we are still in the defensive, and Plum finds acres of space. Oh, I thought Ben got a hand to that. It doesn't quite get enough. We can't keep our clean sheet against Alkmaar as Bikeman scores. I thought Ben was getting to it, but he just couldn't quite. Yeah, it does get a hand to it, just not enough. Unlucky Scott. Good effort. The defence let you down. We're going to have to bring on Matalan Niles for Mackay. I was actually going to bring on Ryan Hardy for Garner, give Garner the standing ovation from the away fans, and give Ryan Hardy some game time, but unfortunately Mackay's picked up an injury, so I need to prioritise his fitness. Don't want to be held out any longer than it was. I think he said it was a hamstring injury as well, so he's probably going to be out for a couple of weeks at least, maybe more. Willock here touches it and loses it. It's basically the gist of that move. Over the top, can Wilson get there? Yes, he can. Relative ease, but problem is he's left-footed and it's sort of getting blocked from playing on the left foot. He does manage a good effort, but finds a player. He wins it with the head again, and now with Chris Willock, who lost the ball originally. Josh Windass forward for Garner. He's got really no one with him. He has to go back to Windass really here. He does, and he's going to play it out for Tavernier. He does go past his man without really any real challenge. Garner for 5, and he's got his 5. 5 for Joe Garner. 6 over 2 legs for Garner. It literally has been Joe Garner versus AZ Alkmaar. And I still think it's 12 grand a week's too much, but I'm expecting an offer for him after this game, to be honest now. But the good thing about this is his stock's just gone up, which means if an offer does come in, more money will come in, which means we can get a replacement. That said, I have some hope that Ryan Hardy could come in and do a job there. And we've got Stephen McLean there as a stopgap. But just this guy's free to want to be top goal scorer in the league. He's started the season on absolute fire. He's not got the rotation option with Waghorn this year, although there will be some rotation with younger players, of course. But he's probably going to be starting most games when fit. So I see no reason why. Like, he was only 3 goals off Doolan last year with less games played. I think he only had slightly higher minutes per goal. Doolan is evens, and Moussa Dembele of Celtic is 2-1. I think it was. It said. I'm just trying to remember from memory. But him being third favourite, I just think's a bit bonkers. I think the only reason why he's third favourite is because I think the game does expect me to maybe sell him. Still want to get rid of Barton, of course. Oh, that's some strike. Bain again getting a hand to it. But the strike deserved to go there, to be honest. Get so much space. Wallace has to take the number 10, so he's out. Willock then has to come back, of course, and he doesn't. It's just an absolutely quality strike. Bain gets a hand to it again. But to get that the amount of power off that sort of just the touch that he got, the power and the accuracy of that touch is just phenomenal. So I think I'm going to not grudge him that goal. Garner sitting there with a 10.0 rating. Just absolutely sensational stuff. extremely happy with this. Windass also getting a 7.0. I think it might actually even be his debut. I can't remember playing him last season at all. Of course, he went out on loan in the second half of the season. Wallace to Bullock. This is going to be a pointless highlight where it's full time, but nonetheless I'm going to commentate it because I've got nothing else to talk about. Jack Thompson back to Wallace. It's got to go back to Jack Thompson. Sort of getting the gist of how my team play now. And that's the first time I've seen it going all the way back to the goalkeeper like that, to be fair, but I don't really mind that as a play when you're 6-2 up on aggregate with a couple of minutes to go. McGinn to Wilson. Lovely bit of technique from McGinn there to get it and keep the ball. And that is full time. Absolutely ecstatic. I thought this was going to be a really hard tie. Alkmaar, a very good Eredivisie side. Joey Garner with the 10.0. Tavernier with 3 assists. I did look at maybe signing Callum Patterson, and while the price was probably about right, I wasn't too keen on paying his wages for a guy that was going to rotate. Tavernier just wanted to go and slam down that marker. Do not go and you dare buy a guy. First hat-trick as well, getting the achievement for the hat-trick with the Garner's 5 goals. Anyway, this has been this episode. 3 weeks for Randy Mackay, so that's fine. We get Slavia Sofia in the next round. That plays in a couple of games. In 1 game's time, actually. We play Tottenham and then Slavia Sofia. I think the next game I'm going to record, well, actually, I'll just wait until after the window, so we'll do Aberdeen away. I was going to say we'll do Hearts away, but if Hearts was at home, but they're not. That string of 3 away games in a row before Celtic at home, lovely stuff. So yeah, we'll do Aberdeen away next on the 9th of September. Probably going to change to the 10th, but without that gives us time to talk about all the fixtures in between and the rest of the transfer window. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you next time.